Welcome, Juventini, back to the All Juve Cast channel, and we are going to be previewing the Champions League matchup between Juventus and Ferencvaros, the second meeting of the two clubs in this group. And the first one, of course, going to Juventus with a 4-1 victory. And now we have an opportunity, barring the result of the Kiev-Barcelona match, to secure a spot in the knockout stages with 2 games to spare, which would be huge for Andrea Pirlo, should we be able to do that. And all we need is essentially a victory here, and we just need Kiev to basically not win. If they draw or lose, Juventus wins, we are secured in the knockout stages. And again, with 2 matches to spare, which would be huge. Of course, the ultimate goal is to avenge a defeat that Barcelona handed us in what was a very, very poor showing for Juventus, and try to get that top spot in this group. Some of the key stories going into this one, of course, is Mehdi Demiral, who just came off of a great performance alongside Matthijs de Ligt versus Cagliari, has picked up a knock, and he is out for 10 days due to a muscle injury. A lot of shouts coming for this incredible physical specimen, Dragusin. He looks like a bad guy out of a Rocky movie or something, just a unit. But he also apparently will not be able to cover for Demiral, who's out for 10 days because of an injury. So the most likely, well, what the projections are, most likely lineup that you will see out of Juventus will be Tech in goal, Cuadrado, De Ligt, Danilo alongside De Ligt, with Sandro on the left back position, and Bernardeschi again expected to start, Bentancur, Arthur with McKennie, and then Dybala and Ronaldo up top. That is what most projections are leaning to. Obviously, I'm perfectly fine with that. We've got Rabiot that we know has taken a knock. He took a knock on international duty. He still put in a great shift against Cagliari. Fine with him resting. Bentancur should be more than capable, especially against this side. This lineup should be enough to win, and there's also some good things. We got Bernardeschi in there that could attempt to string another good performance to him, to his recent run of form. Gets McKennie back in the fold, and it looks like it's going to play out possibly as another 4-4-2, and McKennie being used. Well, the way this lineup shaped up, the same as Kulusevski, and he'll be a little bit higher up. But we've seen he's very willing in the offensive phase of the game, and he'll go up there, he'll do anything, and he'll cause some havoc, if anything, because he's got a ton of energy. Dybala, Dybala's got to get it together, and we're just simply waiting. This would be the match. But I spoke about it on the last episode of the podcast, which is out now, episode 121, with James as my guest. I think Dybala suffers not having a Morata there. It's a little awkward, and we've seen it. He drops very, very deep. People say it's part of his game, but I think he needs that 9 up there. But the thing is, Ronaldo also needs that 9 there. So it's kind of a funny thing. I don't know if the 2 of them just up top alone will be able to do it, but we'll see. We'll find out. The thing is, Ferencvaros is not nobody's going into this game. They're perfectly healthy. We know we don't have Chiellini, Bonucci, and Demiral, of course, and Aaron Ramsey is still sidelined. Chiesa has a knock. Rabiot has a knock. Chiesa is like a game time decision. He's okay. I wouldn't be surprised if we did end up seeing Chiesa in the lineup there, but it's basically at the back where we're suffering with the center backs. But for this one, we should be okay. Demiral, again, it's only 10 days. We'll see. I fully expect a win. I expect us to win this handily and get the job done, seal it. Let's get some changes in there, get some rest, and then move on to Benevento on the weekend. My prediction in this one is Juventus wins, and I'm going to actually go with a scoreline of 3-0. 3-0 Juventus in this one, possibly a rout, and might even hit 4-0 or 5-0. I wouldn't be surprised. I think we're starting to get the wheels in motion. The guys are saying a lot of positive things about Pirlo coming out and saying he's treating all the players the same. the one thing I've always said about Pirlo is he will have the players' respect. He seems to have that, and that's half the battle right there. We know we weren't getting it with Sarri last season. We're getting it now with Pirlo. Now it's just a matter of them all gelling together as players. So we will see. Yeah, fully expect the victory. As always, I want to hear all your predictions and make sure that you stay tuned for episode 122 of the All Juve cast because, as always, I will have a guest joining me, and this particular guest will be making his first time debut on the podcast, and I love having the first timers. If you're checking this out and you haven't been a guest and you want to, my Twitter handle's right there at the bottom. Reach out and let's book you an episode. I think there's probably less than a handful of games remaining to have guests on. So yeah, reach out. Let's get you on. As always, Forza Juve, fino alla fine. Enjoy the Champions League tie tomorrow. Ciao.